Good evening, Memphis. I know I normally do these on Saturday mornings, but I just had to tell you about my evening. I decided to go ahead and take Councilman Ford up on his invitation to come to a community meeting for District 6. This time it was a community meeting with District 6 and District 3, and we were out on Elvis Presley Boulevard. And I have to say that I had a great time. It was a great meeting, actually. Lots of very, very nice people that were there. It was incredible people, actually. It wasn't at all like I expected or was led to believe that it was. It was quite enlightening, though. If you haven't been able to make one of these town hall meetings, I would highly suggest that you do so for various reasons. One, I was surprised at who all was there. We had a judge there. We had a Shelby County commissioner there. We had 3 city council people. Brian Collins was there to present the budget problems that he foresees this year. That was very enlightening. His assessment of things to come and the fact that, he painted this ominous picture about public safety and all the costs that come with it, and how the retirees were still causing a strain on the budget, even though we all know that they're not paying benefits for them. So, there's a handful of them, but overall they're not paying benefits, but yet he repeatedly said that the cost to take care of the retirees were going to continue to go up. He brought up property taxes and how Millington and Arlington and, the outlying municipalities weren't paying their fair share, but was not very happy when we brought up the fact that there were some businesses that weren't either. And one of my District 6 friends asked about the pilot programs. I was shocked. I thought I knew a lot about the pilot programs, and I thought we had, maybe 70, 80, but when they asked him about how many there were, he quoted somewhere in the 400s. So 400 businesses not paying taxes. And he talked about it like it was the lottery. We had to play the game. We had to, participate. We had to do that. And it was really kind of disheartening to see that basically the citizens of Memphis are a crapshoot for them. It's like, oh, they may not fulfill their jobs, or they may not fulfill their end of the bargain when it comes to the economy of Memphis when we give them these payments in lieu of taxes, but it's okay. It's a crapshoot. We have to play the game, though. That's like saying we have to go bet the dogs. We don't have to do that, do we? There has to be some other way. They keep telling people to think outside the box when it comes to the benefits and everything, but I think that they need to think outside the box when it comes to recruiting people to Memphis. I did post the video from his little spiel that he did, and there were several District 6 and 3 citizens that weren't buying what he was selling, and I was very proud of them because they're not as uninformed as you might think that they are, or that they think that they are. But then at the end there, Councilman Ford gave everybody paper money, $1,000. Told them, he lined them up against the wall. There were different envelopes kind of on the wall that had different things. You could put $1,000 into wherever you wanted them to go in the city budget, which is pretty cool of him to actually seek the advice of his constituents. I do have to give him that. He did seek the advice of his constituents. And so what they would do is they would go and they would take this paper money or this play money, and they would go stick it in the envelopes. And he went through and he explained each one. And he got to public safety, and then he got to retiree benefits. Now, I don't see how he's separating the two because they kind of go together as far as a recruitment tool. But he stated when he was telling them about where to put each thing, the negative that he had to say about the retirement benefits were that 65% of the people that receive them don't live in Memphis. So in a sense, you're taking care of people that don't live in Memphis and that aren't contributing. Well, that's just simply not the case. Even if they don't live in Memphis, they've given their time to Memphis, and there was an agreed upon. They've already said that they significantly make less than other officers and around comparable cities. What was about 11,000 less than that, probably really more than that. But the trade-off was that they would have these benefits. And let's face it, we have several retirees that have given their health, their youth, everything to the city. They can't go get other jobs. So, yeah, we, do kind of expect to be taken care of if you've indeed given all of your time to the city and there's nothing else that you can do. That's the agreement. You're already, again, you've proven by your own study that you don't pay your officers enough. So that kind of goes with it. But to give the disclaimer like that is kind of leading them off. So he can go back and say, well, they didn't want to put retiree benefits. That's not where they wanted to spend their money. But they all went to public safety. Let me tell you, they were all at that public safety one. So, to say that they don't go together, was misleading to them. And Brian Collins' doom and gloom speech was also pretty, not fair, one-sided. There's not anyone there presenting the other side. Like the fact that he was talking about how the cost to take care of retirees was going to go up over the next few years. Well, that's a little confusing when they don't take care of their retirees. So, I would have loved to have seen someone from the other side who would present that and be able to answer those questions. But as far as the District 6 people themselves, incredible people, and I do feel bad that they're being led astray, by the likes of Brian Collins, because it wasn't Councilman Ford that was giving the presentation. It was Brian Collins, the finance director, and so they were getting, the city's spin on the exorbitant amount of debt that we have because of public safety and because of the retirees, and it was very unfair. It was very, very unfair. But as I was sitting in the crowd, I could see that they weren't really buying what was being sold to them. They were questioning stuff. People were writing stuff down. They were angry. Some left. So, I'm glad to see that the community is waking up to what's happening. But as far as District 6 goes and the people there, we've been trying to figure out what the message was that Edmund Ford wanted, and I guess he just wanted me to see how awesome his constituents are, because the ones that I met were incredible. I even got to meet Councilman Ford's father, who hugged me and gave me a kiss on the cheek. I was a little confused by that, but it was really nice to be welcomed like I was. They gave away door prizes. It was pretty cool. You could go in and you put your name on a little raffle ticket and drop it in. You didn't have to pay for it. It wasn't a raffle like that. It was just a door prize that you gave a little admit ticket. And if you put your name on it and they called your name, then you got it. Well, I didn't feel right taking a door prize, so I didn't put my name on the back of the ticket, and apparently I won. They called a blank ticket, so I did not claim it. I was not going to take anything from the constituents that were there, but I just really do appreciate all of the people at that meeting tonight, because it was an incredible group of people. And I really hope that in the future to get to go to another community meeting, and I hope that they start getting the answers that they need to get, the real answers, not the stuff that the city is selling them, because they are being sold just a pack of garbage. And I hate that for them. But Councilman Ford, you have some wonderful constituents, and I just really hate that I didn't take you up earlier on the invitation. But, would love to see you again at some other community meeting. So great job on a community meeting tonight on listening to your constituents. So I do have to give you credit where credit is due. At least, even if you're trying to sway them a little bit, you are giving them a voice. So that, I must say, it was refreshing to see, that happening. So anyway, Memphis, have a great night. And anytime you get the chance to go to any of these community town hall meetings, I highly recommend you do so, and be sure to, ask questions of your city councilman while they're there. Anyway, see you soon. Bye.